Welcome to the office.
Uh, 15 years ago, I think, I have an accident with snowboarding.
Okay.
I fell on my face and the whole body came forward and hit the snow, and I think
Threw your pelvis off?
yes.
What you doing out in Vegas?
I'm construction worker.
You doing construction right now? Okay.
Yeah. I used to be a circus performer.
What did you do in Circus?
Stuntman.
Circus?
Horse riding. No.
We have horse riding.
Riding.
So we had a few injuries.
A few of them, yeah.
Okay. And the main issue right now is the hip.
The hip.
And what's going on? Like how is it bothering you? It's hurting, it's pain, it's stuck.
I think it's stuck because when I walk, this hip goes up like that instead of this one. And
So
when
you don't have the movement through the dimples.
Yeah, and when I go squat, the right knee goes to the right. I cannot keep both knees on forward.
Okay.
When I squat, it goes like that.
Understood. That's the main
I
issue.
got shot on the same side.
Right side?
Yes. So
That's
the
fine.
bullet went almost through the spine and came out through here. I don't know if it's got anything to do with it. I hit the boxing bag, both legs, and I fell on my hip on the ground.
All right side.
On the right side. So one of those two, the snowboard accident or hitting the bag with both legs and fall on this side.
Okay. Well, we got some work to figure out. We have some stuff to figure out. Let's go over your x-rays.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
see what we find.
Yes, sir.
From there we'll do the exam, we'll watch you walk, check your spine, figure out where we're going to start. So we do see that we have a tilted pelvis here, yes? Pelvis is tilted down on the left, up on the right, and you can see that it's jamming inside the acetabulum. And what is the acetabulum? That's the acetabulum right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the hip, or the head of the femur, goes into the acetabulum. Now, if this thing is riding up, it's jamming up into that femur head. It's been jammed up there for a bit, right? The good news is your left hip is really good there. Now, here's the thing, okay? It looks like it's ready to close up, but I'm not going to judge the body's ability right now to heal, okay? And the reason why is it's severely off balance. Let's see if we can open it up a little bit, and let's see what your body's going to do. Because you can always do that later. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And how old are you right now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm going on 56.
56. So if we can prolong this, if there's any surgical intervention, we want to try to prolong that as long as we can, as long as you have your function.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have your function and quality of life, then hey, you may need the hip replacement.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
you're
trying
clear.
to avoid
But
that.
we're trying to
Yes.
extend it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to be very clear about that because your left is fine. There's some scar tissue going on over here, some bony calcification, things like that. But we'll get into more of that in detail. Let's look at now the foundation. The good news, you can see through your SI joints nice and clear all the way through. That all looks good. All of this stuff at the end of the bones just means things have been pulled and ripped apart, and you're a tough guy. Like a lot of heavy either work or stunts, as you said. And let's look at the foundation, and let's look at the numbers and what the numbers are saying. So when we look at your foundation, we have a 16 millimeter measure difference on the left side. We have a rotated sacrum and a rotated pelvis on the right. So let's put those two pieces together. And this is going to be a fun challenge. I may have to do an ASIN involved side down. Ooh, interesting. So the left pelvis goes up 11 in 2. The sacrum on the right goes back 3. We listed both sides. We'll figure out which one it is actually on you. If it's the right pelvis, we need to bring it down and out. If it's the left pelvis, we got to bring it up and in. It's not both. There are a lot of methods out there that like to do both sides of the pelvis. In the Gonstead work and the analysis, I mean, I've had true double subluxated iliums, maybe 2 or 3 cases in my twin. This is my 20th year coming up. Wow. So the true EXIN or INEX subluxation is very rare. It's usually one side is stuck, the other side compensates. Then someone will say, but they both hurt, they both feel stuck. Well, long-standing compensation, you have adhesions, you have scar tissue formation that contributes to that fixation, but it's not the true subluxation. So we'll figure out on you what we need to do. With correction of the pelvis, 16 can become 11. But then we also see another 4 coming from the tailbone. So 4, take 4 away, you're at 7. Is that a reality? I don't know until I get started with you, okay? Because typically the sacrum matures at 32 to 34. Have we seen it in patients after? Sure. I'm not going to say that. Let's see what happens. If we have to put a heel lift, we may put a lift in to raise that side up a little bit. And if we put a lift in, then that's something you're going to have to use.
On the left leg.
On the left leg. All right, so that's the main issue that we got going on in your foundation. As a result, you can see what? As you go up the spine, you can see that we're getting some osteophyte formation. That's on the left side. It wants to come back to neutral, and then it starts to turn to the right, and then from the right, it's going back to the left, and then it's going compensating again that way. So you're doing a lot of compensations and all of this. Those are cool headphones. So there's a lot of compensation happening, all starting where? Left low leg. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's look at the side profile. Side profile, let's look at your disc. Let's see what's going on. Let's look at the posture. Let's do the posture assessment. Run it straight through. And first thing we'll see is, does the ear line up? That's not bad, but it should actually be here. Okay, so we're just slightly behind the foundation. And we know we got muscle tension here when we're sitting or standing a long time. End of the day, you're probably like tight here. Things are hurting at the top. So let's go to your disc. 5 is good. 4 is good. 3 is good. Ooh, you had a nice little compression fracture here. And here's the cool thing. I'm gonna go in more detail about compression fractures and how Gonstead Chiropractic is a very good method, if not one of the better methods, to help correct and manage compression fractures. Okay. And we learned it in our advanced classes. So compression fractures are something we can manage. This is an old compression. That's an old compression. So it's not that it's fresh and that we're going to fix it. We're just going to manage it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you go up, these discs are good, dude. Discs are good. I'm happy here. Discs are good. I mean, you can see a little wear and tear in the bone. That's the work you did. I have to check this to see if there's a potential AS atlas going on here. But overall, the discs are pretty good there, dude. So what I see in flexion is this. C2 didn't move forward. C1 space is there, but it's still AS. So there's something going on here, but there's a disruption in George's line between C2 and C3. This one's not moving, dude. C7. These are all compensating, but something happened in your upper cervical, something happened in C7. These all move forward. That one didn't move forward. So it's almost like 2 is stuck back and atlas is stuck forward. So we may have a critical atlas situation going on here. That's that nub. You see? 1 and 2. 2 potential tailbone injuries. Let's see. You see this? This is straight, isn't it? This is parallel.
Yes.
Look at that. I mean, it's pretty decent. But then what happens here? It starts to tilt.
Yes.
It starts to tilt. And that tilting is coming from down here. The tailbone. So we have a tailbone and a pelvis. We've got to figure out what we're going to do. Does that all make sense, sir?
Yes.
You can see it now.
Well,
Were you explained any of this before?
No.
You ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this. When he walks, go ahead. When you walk, the ASIN wants to pull right, but the short leg is pulling it to the left. ASIN, so he kind of got the Romanian swing. He got the swing. It's not a wiggle. You're like this when you walk because you're not going through the SI joints. Watch here. He's kind of doing this. You see? Swings up. All right, I got it. Have a seat. Let's get started, sir. Starting at the base of the neck. It looks like it's going to break at 7, but it didn't. And it breaks at the upper cervical today. Left side, 11, 12 points, 15 points. Left side. Maybe there's something hiding there. T1, T2. Interesting. 7, 8 points. Nope. Keeps going. Interesting. 10 points. That's around L3, L4. And we're going to have to hunt the sacrum because it's a long-standing one. There it is. S4, S5, left side, 5 points. L3, L4, T2, C1. And then, of course, the pelvis. Let's check spine first. And let's run our fingers down the spine. And we can feel tissue changes here as I go on the right side, the left side. Run my fingers down the left. Start to get a little edema here, but when I go down the right, it dips. There's a nice dip in here. Tender there when I push, or this one? Bottom one?
No, the top.
Top one.
Yeah.
Right there. 1, 2. And you can see here it's different. There's definitely a dip here. T2. Running the fingers down the spine. Same thing, right about there, this whole thing shifts to that segment. Right there. Right there. 5, 4, 3, 2. So this percussion, this should be hollow. Hollow. Gets dull and flat right there at the TL junction. Now when there's edema here in this area, watch. You hear the sound changes. That's more a hollow sound. Do you hear that?
Yes.
What happens there?
Ooh.
It changes sound, right? It's more dull. So you don't get as much of the hollowness from the air. The fluid creates a different sound. You hear that?
Yes, sir.
It's pretty cool.
Hollow sound.
Frequency. Okay, let's check the hips. Yeah, I'm going to put my hands on the iliac crest because he's a little misleading here. Right side only. When he does the right, left is fine. Do the left side. When he does the left, there's more movement of the right, but it's very subtle. I'm stuck here on the right side. Scoot back for me, please. All right. Now, let's check the sacrum. Come back slowly towards me. 5, 4, L5, S1, S2, S3, S4. S4 more tender or S3 more tender?
S3.
S2?
No.
S3.
S3.
S3 on the right. Okay. L5, L4, L4 or L3? L4, L5,
F5.
L5. L5, S3 on the right. Go face down. I have to do the Gonstead Leg Check and see which one we're going to do, the pelvis or the sacrum.
Face down?
Yes, sir. Feet, ankles hanging on the edge of the table. And we'll get end face on this for a second. And what we want to see, we already know we have that ASIN, so we have the... Here's what's interesting, dude. This guy's an enigma, man. Because the x-ray shows ASIN, short leg or short leg on the left. Now, dude, this is interesting. This is a first case. Short leg should be shorter, shouldn't it? If this is a PI and it's causing a short leg on the left, when you go non-weight bearing, this should be shorter and it's not. Huh. And the only thing I can think of at the moment is that that fixation has been there in that position like that where it's kept his imbalance. And just to rule out, let me grab the measuring tape, dude, and make sure you don't have different sized legs, dude. Dang, boy, you're gonna make me work today.
If that happened like 15 years ago, I think the body could compensate. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is you have the short leg on the left.
Uh-huh.
So when you go non-weight bearing, This thing should be shorter. It's longer. That doesn't make sense. Of course it doesn't make sense. Of course you're going to make me work. Of course it's okay, because that's what we do. We like to figure out these cases. 19 and a half. Hold on. I'm using 1. 18.
Oh, I have something else I have to add. Probably that's...
Nope, those are the same, dude. Huh. What do you got to add?
This one was broken, but if they are the same, my story don't make any sense.
What?
This one was broken, twisted in a motorcycle accident, and both bones were broken, probably.
Now, we'll maybe take some x-rays on your foot tomorrow, maybe. Let's look at him here. I mean, let's look. So he has the classic rounded glute on the left, flatter glute on the right. That's all consistent. So that's what doesn't make sense. But we're going to go with what we have. So long on the left side, we flex the legs. Long goes short, we do the sacrum. Short on the right side, short stays short, sacrum. So we're still going to go with the sacrum because it still follows the leg check. Sit up for me, please. All right, so L5, right sacrum, head down. Plie, as you extend, you should feel the spinuses approximate. When you flex, they open up. This is good for the student. So when we're doing palpation, we can probably palpate and feel to about T3, T4. Okay, after that, then you're not using the head for that motion palpation. 7, 1, 2, 3, 2. Couple motion patterns. You guys should know couple motion. If you laterally flex the head and the cervical spine, which way does the spinous go? Ipsi or contralateral. Thoracic spine, if you laterally flex, ipsi or contralateral. And you can feel the spinous rotate to the side or whichever side it's supposed to go. You guys should know that. Lumbar spine, things start to change, and low lumbar is special. So it's something you guys need to look up. 7, 1, 2. T2, L5, S3. And let's check up top in the upper cervical, sir. Atlas, C6, C7. C6, C5, C4, C3, C2, C1. C1, right side, left side. One finger on C2, one finger on C1. As you turn the head away, your fingers should separate. As you come close, they should approximate. And right side opens up. Left side doesn't. Head down, turn left, turn right. Maybe a critical atlas. Let's take a look. And then let me formulate a game plan for you, okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
We're going to do sacrum first. Now the thing is, we're going to have to do involved side down because of the concavity. So the convexity goes to the left. You always want the high side of the rainbow up. So when you're looking at this, you want to look at the high side of the rainbow up. And so if we're doing the sacrum, that's fine. If we were going to do the pelvis, that would be an interesting thing to show you guys. Alright, so T2, T1, T2. T2 is, let's see, let's get a listing on T2. And what is a static listing, guys? A static listing is the position in which the vertebrae is fixed. You can correlate a static listing to dynamic listings that are taught. Those of you in chiropractic school, guess what? You should go to Gonstead Club to at least learn static listings. It's on your national board exams. So go to club, check it out. Alright, wedged on the right and turn to the right. Ooh, of course it is. It's a PR. Oh no, sorry. It's a PLI. So T2 is a PLI. And that's interesting. Okay. I can justify that with the sacrum because the wedge is on the right. And I cannot justify the C2 as compensating in the upper cervical. So today we're going to do S3 and T2, and then we'll have you walk, and then we'll see from there, okay?
Yes, Yes, sir.
Let's do this. Let's go over here, face down on the gray table. Everyone's missing Shasha. Shasha! Shasha! Tum kidhar hai? Shasha! Hi, Shasha. Everybody's missing you.
Hi.
So, can you help us out with Constantine? We're going to torque. We're going to start it on the high-low. And we're going to be on S3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to torque, relax the shoulders, brother. I'm just feeling right now. Deep breath. Deep, deep, deep. Gotcha. That's a piece. Thanks, Shasha. Come off. So your quick reflexes, dude. We're going to go on the side. Let's go right side down. Every thrust you react. There you go.
Oh, I felt that.
Gotcha. Come on up and walk it off, please. Let's walk it off a couple of times. Some things do. Okay, let's keep walking. Keep walking. Huh. Interesting. And we said this is going to be a PLI. Let's start it in the chair and see what we got. He's a big guy. And it's not that the bigger guys are harder to adjust. It's there's more stability. It's if he's going to let me have it. That's the key. Okay? Now, am I going to use a strap on him? I don't actually need the strap for him. He's a big guy, thick guy. Everything's holding and stable. Okay, so PLI, we're on the right transverse. And it's going to be a light spin. Let's go over here, face down. Head down. There you go. 1, 2. That's a piece. You okay?
Yes, sir.
I gotta chisel away at this guy, dude. There's a. You okay on the chin?
Yeah.
Let me close it a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. That thing is cemented in there, dude.
After so many years.
Come over here, let's keep going. Chisel away. Chisel away.
Use everything you got.
There you go.
Oh, I felt that.
How's it?
Thank you.
Walk it up. It's gonna seem a little weird, okay? Because that hip hasn't moved.
If it's gonna feel good.
Come back over here, have a seat. Let's see scope. Ha! That changed the top. It's not the top. T2, clear. T, little flutter there we'll deal with later. No. Alright, let's go a little gangster today. Knee chest table, face down. He's got so much stuck in there, okay? And that moved a little bit. I'm okay with that. I want to get a little more movement in there. And don't try this at home, guys. Find a qualified Gonstead doctor near you. You know, slide your chest up a little more. There it is. Drop it down. Good. Actually, when he does that, he tightens up the erector muscles. If I do it from here, knees together, please. Knees together, please. Knees forward a little bit. Okay, knees back a little bit. I just don't want you sliding, okay? There it is, gotcha. Good. You're not giving me. You're fighting me on that.
I'm sorry.
trying to help a brother out here. Can you let that go down? Bring it up, down. Oh, okay, that's what's happening. So, little pat, that's too far down. Lift up and down. That's still interesting. Lift up and down. There. Gotcha. Just had to find the right angle. Come on. Come up slowly.
Yeah, something popped.
And let's walk it off, sir.
Thank you.
Good. Keep going. Let's see if anything changed in the dimples. It's a little different, dude. It's a little
See
different.
it?
Yeah. Keep walking. Have a seat. T2 is clear. Top is clear. Let's see what happened down low. Let's see what I did. 5. Heat. Sacrum is clear. Let's check. Back slowly towards me. That's 5. Check it out. Little different.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
That's 5. That's S1. That's S2. That's S3, brother. A little different.
Yeah.
It's moving a little better, dude. I may do a hip adjustment tomorrow.
Okay.
Or on the last day, but it's not ready for it right now. We have to prepare the body for all this stuff. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's go on your back, please, on this side. Over here, face up and down. Left leg up and down. So I did T2, L5, S3. That's where I started, okay? Walk it up. Now, on this walk, you tell me if anything is different for you, okay? I'm going to open you up in the back. It's not seeing what I see or what I feel, it's what do you see or what do you feel. Walk it up.
Well, it's more even, I would think.
Not you would think, what do you feel? A little different when you walk?
Yeah, well, my back feels better.
You want to do a couple of squats? See what happens to your foot?
This one goes.
That's
That
going to be
way.
when we get to the pelvis.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep walking. I see a little more movement there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Keep going. I hope we get to this pelvis tomorrow. Okay, have a seat, sir. Ears, shoulders, let me do the work. Nope. All good there. Stand up for me, please. Check the hands. Elbow. Slowly, slowly.
Sweet.
That's it. Lunate. Nice. Squeeze. Squeeze. You understand what we found on your body?
Oh yeah.
Any
Thank
questions?
you so much. No,
Welcome to the office.
just make me good, make me whole. Thank
Well,
you.
my job is to get rid of the pressure, dude. My job is to find it.
I know I fight you when you try to. I just react right away.
You got to work on that.
Um,
It's not. I can give you more. I can't give you more than that. You have to receive it now. That's the difference, and I don't think people get it. And you're not purposely. You didn't drive all the way from Vegas or fly all the way from Vegas to fight me. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yes, sir.
But you
Yeah.
need to work on that. The more people receive the adjustment, the better result they get, number one. Number two, 10,000 steps a day, walk as much as you can while you're here, icing the areas that we worked on.
Thank you.
You got it, boss.
Thank you.